Whoa. Yes, dude, cut to the wide shot. Cut to the wide. Theater presentations are making a comeback. This is significant because Unreal Engine 4 was historically famously like not great at open world games. Like it wasn't great at like rendering vast vast distances. The draw distance had some limitations. That's one of the reasons why driving around the boats in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is weird, because they're still running on Unreal Engine 4. So it is significant that one of their showpiece games for Unreal Engine 5 is The Witcher. Considering that it's open world, it kind of like seems like a direct addressment to that problem.
Announced a collaboration to make open world development in Unreal even better. And it's an opportunity, we just couldn't pass it up. So we've been working on a technical demo together to achieve just that. I think we should take a look at it. You guys ready?
Kaitek is going to play the build for us.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it is not actual gameplay, but it is a playable build. I mean, for obvious reasons, like, gameplay at this stage would be subject to change, but there's a man with a controller in his hand, and he is playing it. It is running in real time, so I think that's significant. Even if it's not representative of what the final gameplay is going to be like.
Set in the world of The Witcher 4. What you just saw and are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing.
Whoa, that's insanely impressive. I'm going to try to bump up the resolution just a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't brick the stream.
So in the game, you'll be playing as Ciri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher.
Whoa. Okay, I really like how they have demonstrated every major game that is running on hardware. They've made a point to be like, this is what's running on. It's running on base PS5. Like Grand Theft Auto 6 was running on base PS5. This is running on base PS5. I think that's the best way to sell it, because that is the guaranteed experience that everyone's going to get. And then you can just imagine, how much better it would be if you do have a Pro. But I think if they showed off the Pro version, people would question, like, well, is it going to run well on a base PS5? Like, is it going to be framey? Like, what are the concessions there? So I think it's the best possible way they can demonstrate this stuff is it's running on a base one.
Explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin.
60 FPS plus ray tracing is nuts. I wonder what resolution's pumping out.
The region we are in is called Kovir, and you'll get to explore it in a game.
Oh my god.
She's investigating the monster, and after gathering new clues, she's heading back to a nearby...
Look at this fucking detail, dude. This is crazy. This is finally living up to, like, the visual fidelity that they had when they unveiled Unreal Engine 5. Like, they unveiled Unreal Engine 5, that kind of, like, Tomb Raider-y demo, and absolutely nothing has... and now we're kind of getting there, but, like, for a long time, no actual game was hitting that fidelity, and we're finally seeing it, like, running in action in a game that will release,
Kelpie!
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
So just like Geralt and Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
We return to town.
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed. And we also support...
The fluidity of her cloak is incredible. It's so smooth. It does not clip. It also doesn't have, like, weird, over-exaggerated physics. I'm blown away by this cloak.
Motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and grounded. And there are also some really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver and these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance there.
Oh my god.
So let's leave Ciri behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So
I also love how colorful this is. Like, this is bright and vibrant, dude. Deep greens, deep reds.
Much of the Witcher world is natural, organic, especially Kovir with its dense forest and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is hard. And with nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So we are excited to introduce nanite foliage. And in order to achieve gorgeous foliage density
That's insane.
while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle.
Holy fuck.
And the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
Insane.
Compromise means how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world. We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Siri. Welcome to Valgrest. So Valgrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract. High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace and food.
I yearn for towns where the NPCs all have like, I don't need them to have schedules necessarily like Skyrim and stuff. I just want them to do like feel like real people when I'm walking around. I don't want them to be on like a one track loop of like picking up a bale of hay, moving it to another part, picking up another bale of hay, moving it back and forth, or like standing in one spot for like hours on end. We'll see if we get this here, but like that's one of the biggest things I've wanted out of RPG towns.
I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valgrest has to offer.
Hoods off. Nope, that guy already spit at you. You're like, maybe NPCs will treat witches better in this one. It seems not. Aw, bear. Alright, so far, dude, good NPCs.
Guys, notice how responsive the world is. Character actions directly affect what happens around you. Sometimes even set.
Yes, dude. Oh my god, the child ran to go pick up the apples because he was like, yo, free apples. It's it's my lucky day. Dude, I love that. You can bump into the dude and the apples fall.
Chain reactions. Everything is working together. Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper.
Yes, dude. Oh my god. My dream. My dream seems to be becoming a reality. And town NPCs in an RPG that feel real. Because you get some of this kind of like interactivity in like Uncharted, for example, but Uncharted is very curated, you know, experience, whereas like you know, an RPG it's a lot harder to do that kind of thing in like an open world RPG. This is also like what I really want out of Horizon 3. They got a lot better of the NPCs in the second Horizon game, but this is what I want out of Horizon 3. Also, what I'm hoping out of Ghost of Yotai, I'm hoping Ghost of Yotai has got a similar level of NPC town immersion. I hope there are towns, like real populated towns in Yotai. There should be.
Rugged ladies after one of those.
Get this cleaned and gutted for you. You mind, dearest?
into seeing something more. Got macro card, all Brexit's finest.
And there is tons of tech at play here, even in the simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal smart objects, Chaos Cloth, and more.
Yeah,
Chaos Cloth.
to make sure that the gap in quality between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
My dream. My dream.
We are seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300.
Oh my god, there's so many NPCs. Yes, finally, crowded towns. Oh, we haven't been able to achieve this since Assassin's Creed Unity for some reason. Oh.
But also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents all going about their business. And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You are right. And that's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri?
Used to pray for times like this.
We are making this game to be the most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we're doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
With Final Fantasy VII Rebirth going to Unreal Engine 5, I maybe it'll also look like this, like, or it'd be like this. Oh my god, please, I need this for Final Fantasy VII Final Fantasy VII Requiem. I'm calling it right now. Third one's gonna be called Requiem. I need to put that on wax. I need to put that on a video before it gets announced.
A first look at Lanexa.
Whoa.
Onward, Kelpie. We've worked.
Whoa. Damn, dude. Damn, son. When can I play this one? What are we thinking? 2027 for 2027 for this?